Yeah, my boy done upgraded now. That's lame.
Hey, there's no time for chips, Lewis. We need to get started this episode. Guys, so we're back today. As you saw in last episode, we got the exhaust finally done. Update, I got the seat done. Got a premium Corinthian leather seat. Not my best work, but it'll get the job done. So on this episode, as you saw in last episode, we had a bent axle. So yeah, we're gonna try to put that axle and see if it's the same track width and everything. And if it'll work, great. If not, we're gonna have to order one because that is pretty bent. Second on the list is we have to tune the jet. It seems like it's still running a little bit lean, so it needs more fuel. So we're gonna try to up the jet a little bit. And also when we were driving, we noticed that there was a lot of slack in the steering wheel, which it's not really good. So we went back and revisited our top mount, and we basically made this bearing mounted pivot for the top of the steering rod. So that should definitely take care of that problem. So let's go ahead and get started on today's episode.
Guys, so we reached a problem here. Those threads are gone. Both sides. Straight, just gone. So we're gonna try and retap it. Gilbert's gonna bring his tap and die set.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have that here because I don't use it on a daily. Versus at the shop, we actually do. So I'll be bringing it in tomorrow and maybe try to get those fixed on my own. And then next episode, he'll be able to put that thing back on there and maybe take another rip. But for now, you can try to rejet that carburetor, and we can, have this thing running on its own power and try to see if it does any better. I'm still working on the steering. Basically what this is, you got that nut sticking out right there, or the bolt, sorry, quite a bit. So basically what we did, we welded this bolt to the top of this steering rod. And this is gonna act like the top pivot because the pivot before had so much play that whenever you turn the steering, it would engage this forward or backwards depending on which way you were turning before it had actually turned. So basically the steering wheel was having this much amount of play before any steering action happened. So this is gonna be the top pivot now. So that sits in there perfectly centered, and there's almost no play to it. Well, actually virtually zero play to it. So that's gonna bolt in there like that. And I'm gonna basically, right now I'm working on the brackets. I'm gonna make two brackets that are gonna come out, and one's gonna bolt to this nut that I have I drilled a hole into the frame and basically hammered it in. So one's gonna bolt to this side and the other one's gonna bolt to that side, holding it perfectly centered. And then that pivot's gonna be able to do this without any side-to-side deflection. And that should stiffen up our steering quite a bit.
So show us what you got, bro.
So I got the bracket cut out, and basically the nut is just sitting in a hole on the chassis here. I'm gonna weld that in there, so that's like a threaded insert type of thing. This sits right here, And in order, this is at an angle, so in order for this thing to fully weld all the way through, I put a little bit of a bend into it. So now I'm gonna set that in there like that and weld the bracket in like that. Do the same thing for the other side. The other side is gonna be a little bit shorter, but yeah, not much more to go. After that, I'm gonna try to get these two mounts right here for the actual Heimlink to actually sandwich in there a lot tighter, so that way it also has a little bit less play. And probably gonna weld the nut to it as well to keep it from moving up and down. But not much more left, guys. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, we got the 135 jet in it right now. We're gonna try and run it, see what it's gonna want to do. Still kind of running. It won't take it's revving out more, but it won't take a full dump once we got it going. So 135 it is. We're just gonna have to mix with the mixture screw and try and get it to where it's perfect. Gilbert's almost done with that last bracket. Should be good to go.
All right, so a little bit of a short episode today. We actually got quite a...
So it's 38-minute video, bro.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it may seem like we didn't get much done today. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
But we actually accomplished quite a bit. So we got the engine running somewhat okay to the point where we can actually do a second test run in the next episode. I wanted to do that today, but that axle kind of kept us from doing it. And we're also kind of short on time today. Lowe's had to step out and take care of some business. But we did get a lot of the stuff done that we needed to get done today. So I'm gonna take that with me tomorrow to the shop, and I'm gonna try to re-thread it and put some threads into it, go get some short bolts, and hopefully we can get that back in there. For next episode, we can do the second test run and, you know, work out any other quirks that's on.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah, and if you haven't checked out the other videos, I suggest you go check them out, man. We've done a lot of progress on this thing in the short time that we've had, so definitely go check it out and leave us a like, subscribe, and, you know, comment anything else you want to see done. Also, we do have something for the future. We're going to be uploading a video on it sooner or later, but that's going to be our next build.
Sorry, that's not the seat on this truck.
Yeah.
That's the one for this one. We were just messing with it earlier, but we got the Ram that we've been talking about, and
yeah, it's a little bit smaller than what we thought it was. We were gonna make this our biggest build yet, just because we were thinking it's a 3500 dually. They ought to make it pretty big, and turns out this is actually a bit smaller than the F150s. So we might end up doing something simple with it, but, you know, nevertheless, it's gonna be pretty cool. So
yeah, stay tuned.
Like and subscribe.
I think it's overheating.
Yeah, it is. That's the overheat warning. Yeah. Dang. She's not happy.
I think we cooked it.
Yeah, look. Temperature, red. See
Dang.
that? Yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to put a 250 in it.
Damn it.